Hey guys, Cruz here. Welcome back to Feed the Beast Monster. Alright, there have been a ton of changes. I was super busy last night. I spent probably all day playing this game. Um, yeah, so I've done a lot of stuff, and a lot of it I probably should have recorded, but I really couldn't because yesterday there were some people over and whatnot. So I couldn't, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys like everything that I've done, and I'll show you guys how I set it up. A lot of you probably already know how to do it, and stuff like that. But there are probably some of you that don't know how to do it. So let's go downstairs and I'll show you what I've done. All right. So if you notice, it's completely empty in here. I moved all the machines, everything. I moved them into a different location, and I finally found out where I'm going to set up my thermal expansion stuff and my IC2 stuff, and I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys that in a second. But first, over here, I set up like a little brewing stand with some melons here. Let's go ahead and grab those. Put them in this chest. The reason I'm doing this is because I wanted to make Magnum torches, and you need potions in order to make Magnum torches. So I set up like just a little bitty, I don't even want to call it a farm, but yeah, you know, I got melons and netherwort here. That way I can make the Magnum torches, because if we check out the recipe for the Magnum torches, it requires the potion of regeneration and the potion of healing, instant health 2 and regeneration 2, which they're not too hard to make. You need gas tears, netherwort, glowstone, and melons. Well, you don't need melons for that potion. I think you need it for this potion. Yeah, you need the melons because you need the glycering. Is that glycering melons? Yeah, okay. I always thought it was glistening. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, it's just melon with wrapped with gold nuggets, so it's pretty easy to make. The hardest thing is probably just the ghast tears, but if you have a looting 3 sword like I do, you can just go and attack ghasts and they drop multiple tears. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, I made some Magnum torches. I put one here at the base. I gave one to some other people on the server, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's go. Okay, well, I guess I'll show you guys this as well. I did everything but the ceiling in this room here. It's all pretty much the same, except I added this little door here. And you go down here, I added an enchantment table, so that's pretty cool. And I made a couple more of these little crystals, so you can just sit here and gain a crap ton of EXP, or XP, I guess. Still not sure what to do with this. Mikey came over and crafted this XP bottler, but for some reason it just takes, you put bottles in here and it doesn't fill them up with XP. It just, I don't know, it just eats the bottles and nothing happens. So I don't really know how to use this thing. So we're gonna have to mess with that. I didn't really get a chance to mess with it. Mikey was just messing around with it. So maybe one of these days we'll figure out what that does. But that's not important right now. Now let's go downstairs and I'll show you guys what I have done. It's quite a bit different down there. Alright, so here we are. Yeah, lots of things have changed. If we go down here, let's start with this. Okay, this is just a tunnel. It's going to be a tunnel. It's going to lead all the way over to, which I'm almost there, I think. There's like a big mountain over there, and I want to make a tunnel and make like a big underground something or other there. But yeah, this is going to be the tunnel leading to it. I just used the willow planks, which are actually really hard to find, because I have not found one single willow sapling at all. So I haven't been able to plant my own willow trees. So I've just been having to go around and find willow wood in like the rainbow forest and cut it down. And you know, if you find willow wood in the rainbow forest, it doesn't necessarily drop willow saplings. It could drop the different colored saplings, which kind of sucks. So we're gonna need to find some willow wood eventually. So yeah, there's that. I still haven't done the ceiling yet. I've done part of the ceiling here. I'm not sure exactly how I want it, but this is about, I mean, this is cool. This is going to be cool for a tunnel. And I was thinking maybe we could make little entrances here and make little, I don't know, like little areas inside of each one of these little things. Kind of like a little strip mall type thing on the way to the next mountain base or something. I don't know what we would put in them. Maybe one of them could have, you know, a crafting table, and one of them could have some Tinker's Construct stuff, and one of them could have an enchanting table, and one of them could have, you know, brewing stand, and ovens to cook food and just little stuff like that to kind of make it look a little nicer and make it a little more useful, I guess. So yeah, there's that. Now, um, this is insane. Okay, so first off, the floor. These are just glass slabs, the clear black glass slabs, the Tinker's Construct glass. Cut them in half, make the glass slabs. Underneath it is energized glowstone. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, let me show you kind of how that works. I don't know if I have any. No, I don't. Let's go ahead and make some real quick. So let me grab a bucket. And we'll grab some glowstone. Just a little bit. Okay, and, well, I'm going to do this off camera because I don't want to show you guys the inside of this room yet. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, so we're back. And as you can see, I have this bucket of energized glowstone. And the bucket is upside down. And that is because when you take this energized glowstone and you pour it out, it goes upwards. It flows upside down instead of, you know, like water. So it's really cool, and it doesn't hurt you or anything. I think it actually gives you some, yeah, it gives you like jump boost and speed. So that's really cool. But anyway, it looks neat and it lights everything up, and you can just grab it like that, and it'll stop. So what I did was, I just put down some glass slabs, and I just filled underneath it with this glowstone stuff, and it keeps the glass slabs keep it all contained down in there. So yeah, it doesn't escape. If I were to break one of these glass slabs, it would, you know, pour all over the ceiling. So that's how you do that. That's pretty cool. I think it looks neat. Because this is kind of like my power hub, I guess. It's got, you know, we got thermal expansion over here, which I'm going to show you guys. And over here, it's actually not done. There's nothing in here. This is going to be, I'm going to have some steam boilers here and some IC2 machines over here. So this entire room is made out of iron blocks. To give you an idea of how many quarries I've had set up, I've gotten quite a bit of iron. So yeah, this is entirely iron blocks that I've used the chisel mod on to make them look pretty cool. And Possessed Dude came over and put up some of these lights for me, so that was pretty nice of him. This is where my steam boilers are going to be. I'm not going to mess with those right yet. Those will be eventual. I need to, because I'm going to do the solid fueled steam boilers. So I need to build up a ton of coal coke blocks. Because they take forever to heat up, and they use a ton of fuel in the heat up process. So I need to make sure I have a bank of coal coke blocks before we get that started. So yeah, that's going to be my IC2 room, plus these steam boilers. I'll probably put power converters on them to convert the power to EU, the steam into EU, so we can, EU, so we can, you know, power our machines there. Okay, there's that. Here's my Mac. I set this up. It's got 13 pages of auto crafting stuff. So if we check out what's in there, I mean, you can see I've got a ton of stuff already ready to be pre-crafted. Most of it's the ME stuff, you know, like discs, because I've made a ton of discs. These are all 16K. Some of these are 4Ks. These are 16Ks. Tons of stuff. Tons of space. So I just wanted to make sure I was future-proofed, so if we start setting up a bunch of quarries, we're ready. So, there's that. I've got this chest here. This is just like mob drops and things like that I don't want in my discs. So what I did was, I put them in a chest, and then I connected a storage bus to this chest, so you can actually read the contents of this chest through the ME system without all that stuff clogging up these discs. So that's pretty cool. I did the same thing with my ender chest. I'm not really sure why I did that. I just kind of did. It's not really necessary, but for this it's really cool because none of this stuff stacks. So it would just take up that many slots in my ME system. So there's that. Now I guess I can just go ahead and show you the thermal expansion room that I have set up. So here we go. Oh, well, before I do that, let me talk about these blocks here. These are what they're called factory blocks, right? So if we check out the recipe for these, if you just type in factory block, here it is. This is like there's a bunch of different factory blocks you can make, and none of them show the recipe except for this very first one, the factory block. They're really easy to make. It's just stone and iron ingots, and that'll give you 32 factory blocks. So that's awesome. And then you can take those factory blocks and you can chisel them into these different textures. So it's really cheap to make, and it's really cheap to build with these things. So, and they look really cool. So for the thermal expansion room, I was kind of looking for a kind of a rusty, almost kind of run down look, you know, real used look. So that's why I use these factory blocks that are kind of, you know, rusty and just kind of like it's been there for a really long time, you know, and it's really cool. Complete opposite for the IC2 room. Just blocks of iron. It looks real clean and nice. It's going to be nice and pristine, brand new looking. So that's cool. I just kind of wanted that contrast there. So if we go inside here, you can see I did the floors with the factory blocks. I haven't done the roof yet. But anyway, here's the inside. And these are pretty much the same machines that I had upstairs. I did make a couple more pulverizers, and I made a couple more ME furnaces. But these right here are the basic machines that I had upstairs. Now, what I did was, all the lava, it's still being powered by just 3 magmatic dynamos. They're going into a resonant energy cell now, which can hold 50 million RFs, which is an insane amount of power. So far, though, these 3 magmatic dynamos have been able to keep up pretty well in keeping this full of power. I haven't ran out of power yet. So, and I've had these machines running quite a bit. So let's start off with, well, let's go over here. Or wait, where should we start? Let's start over here, I guess. This would be easy. Okay, so the magma crucible is going into the fluid transposer. Everything's the same as it was. It's the same setup as we had upstairs. This is actually where I created the glowstone. You just put your stuff in here, and it puts it in the container that you want it in. You know, for making redstone conduits and making the energy cells and stuff like that. You guys know how to do that. Most of you do. I've done it in a previous episode, so if you're unaware of how to do that, just check out one of my earlier episodes. I kind of go through that. Okay, right here we have an ME interface, and this ME interface is connected to my induction smelter. Now, what that does is, the induction smelter is used for, you can make hardened glass, you can make different alloys, and see, here's the things that I have it set up to autocraft. We can autocraft the hardened glass, the electrum ingots, the Enderium ingots, and the Invar ingots. So if I go into my ME system and I say, hey, I need 3 Invar ingots, this thing will, and what this is, it's actually just a pattern, right? It's one of these patterns. I'll go through this in just a second. But it's one of these patterns, these encoded patterns, and it shows, it says it crafts 3 Invar ingots with 1 ferrous ingot and 2 iron ingots. So what that does is it tells the interface goes ahead and sends iron and ferrous, and however many you need, into the induction smelter, and it starts creating the ferrous, or I'm sorry, the Invar. It'll automatically, so like if you need 6 Invar ingots, it's automatically going to send 2 ferrous and 4 iron ingots into the induction smelter to give you the 6 ingots that you need. And I have it being pulled directly out of that right back into my ME system. So I think I have plenty of Invar. Oh, actually I am kind of running low. So okay, we'll pull that out. So now it says we don't have any Invar, but it gives us the option to craft. So if we say, let's say we want 10 Invar ingots. So we'll say begin. And see, here it goes. It kicks on. It went ahead and put in the proper amount of, well, since it does it by 3s, and I specified 10, it might be kind of a strange number, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. So what that does is, boom, it automatically crafts the Invar that we need. So there's 12. Yeah, I made a couple extra just because you can't do 10 because it's in multiples of 3. So that's pretty simple. Same basic idea for the hardened glass. It'll send 1 pulverized lead and 8 pulverized obsidian into there in order to make the 2 hardened glass. Same thing with the electrum ingots, and so on and so forth. So that's really cool. It's really easy to set up auto crafting that way. Now, I'm going to show you guys these patterns. Okay, so here's our Invar pattern, and I had to set this up on my own pretty much, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Let's go ahead and start fresh. What you're going to need first is one of these pattern encoders, which are pretty easy. What is this? Oh, okay. Which are pretty easy to make. They're part of the ME system, and you're going to need some blank patterns. So if we go to Invar, actually let's check out, let's do this. So I'll show you guys how I set up the electrum ingot auto crafting pattern. So it's 1 silver, 1 gold, makes 2 electrum. So what we're going to do is, let's grab some finished product here, 2 electrum, and then we're going to need a silver and a gold ingot. Okay, so 1 silver plus 1 gold will give you electrum if you put it through the induction smelter. So how we're going to craft that pattern is, we're going to put 2 electrum ingots there because that's the final product, and in order to make those you're going to need 1 silver and 1 gold. Oop, and it changed it, so I'll have to do that right now. Okay, there we go. So pretty much what it's saying is 1 silver plus 1 gold equals 2 electrum. So if we go ahead and hit encode, boom, we have our pattern here. So it crafts 2 electrum ingots with 1 silver ingot and 1 gold ingot. And if we put this in the interface here, which I already have, boom. So we put that in there, and this tells the interface that, hey, whenever I need electrum, go ahead and send 1 silver ingot and 1 gold ingot into the induction smelter. So what you have to do here with the export config is set it up to export gold and iron, or I'm sorry, gold and silver. So you just put a piece of gold up there and a piece of silver up there, and then it's ready to start processing this stuff whenever you need it. So it's really, really simple. And I highly recommend it. So let's go ahead and clear that pattern out because we don't need it. We'll put that back. Okay, so there's that as far as the auto crafting for that. Now, if you want to auto craft other things, such as, let's see here, I have magmatic dynamos set up to auto craft. So I want to craft some magmatic dynamos. Let's craft 2 of them. So what that's going to do is, I have that set up to craft the magmatic dynamos, but not only do I have it set up to craft that, I have it set up to automatically detect if it needs Invar ingots, and also Invar gears around here somewhere. Maybe I don't have the Invar gears. Oh, there they are. The Invar gears, so it'll auto craft all the gears that I need. You have to do all the components if you want to set up an auto crafting thing for a magmatic dynamo. Since the recipe is, I don't want to say complex, but it requires multiple things, multiple craftings. So if you want to auto craft these, you're going to actually have to set up auto crafting patterns for Invar gears and redstone transmission coils. So what that is just silver and redstone. That's easy. And the Invar gears are easy too. But also doing that, you're also going to need to set up the Invar pattern for the induction smelter. So when you run out of Invar, it'll automatically create the Invar. That way you can make your gears and such, and so on and so forth. I hope you guys understand this. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm not like a pro at this by any means, but I'll definitely try to help you out as much as I possibly can. So okay, so there's that. And oh yeah, here's the energetic infuser. You know, it's just sitting there. So that's that. That's the basics for that. Now let's go over here to this pulverizer. Now, I did have this set up. This is a precision export bus, and I don't have anything in either one of these right now. I did have iron and copper up here, and what that does is it automatically sends all my iron and copper into the pulverizer, automatically pulverizes it, sends it to the furnace, automatically smelts it, and pulls it back out. But I went ahead and stopped because I wanted to get some ore built up and things like that. But this precision export bus is pretty cool. You can just put pretty much anything in here. Like if we put obsidian in here, it would automatically send obsidian into this and pulverize it, but then it would send it into this furnace. So that's why I have these extra pulverizers set up for certain things that need to be pulverized but don't need to be furnace cooked, I guess, if you will. It's like, what do I have set up here? Some nether quartz dust, some tin dust, obsidian dust, and lead dust. Things that, if I just want the dust, I don't want them to be smelted. So it'll just create dust, put them into dust, and put them back into the ME system without sending them to the furnace. So that's cool. And then I have another pulverizer down here. It's actually not set up for anything. So it's pretty simple. And here's my interface here. Now what this does is, this interface just sends things to furnaces. There's no like pulverizers or anything. So this this is, I believe it's sending it to the bottom one too, actually. So I have it set up to make glass, silicone, and bricks. So that's pretty simple. All it does is, like, if I ever want bricks, it'll automatically send clay here, smelt it up for me. I'll have bricks. Same thing with glass. If I need glass, I'll just ask it for some glass. It'll send some sand over here, smelt it up, I'll have glass. So it's pretty easy. It's actually not as difficult as one might think to set up a basic auto crafting thing. So yeah, this is it for the thermal expansion. And I'm also going to have auto crafting set up for the IC2 stuff. Now the good thing about that is the IC2 machines you can upgrade. You can make them go like incredibly fast, like crazy fast. So I'm going to set those up for auto crafting as well, which will be cool because it'll be almost instantaneous. This way, the thermal expansion, if I send sand, if I need glass, it'll send sand here, and it'll take a little while to smelt up the sand and turn it into glass, depending on how much I need. Well, with the IC2 stuff, I can put overclockers in it, and I can say, hey, I need a stack of sand, and it'll be like, all right, or I need a stack of glass. It'll send a stack of sand into a furnace over here, and it'll be done within a matter of seconds. So I'm really excited about that. I can't wait for that. And since I went ahead and set up all this stuff off camera, I'll go ahead and set up all this stuff on camera so you guys can kind of see how I set everything up. I'm not going to do that today, though. That's going to be a little bit later. Alright, so let's go on. I also build some other stuff. Here's my coke oven, which I need to grab that out of. And our tank is full, so it's not going to make any more of that. I'll have to do something about that. I'll take care of that later. This is from my quarry. What it is, it's sending all the stuff from my quarry. A lot of it's going into the trash, and the good stuff is going into this ME interface, which is just pretty much sending everything into my ME system. So I don't have to worry about chests or anything. It just automatically puts it in there, and it's good to go. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stop the cobblestone, because I'm going to get a bunch of cobblestone built up. Let's see how much we have. And what I've been doing, I only have 9,000 cobblestone. I did have a bunch more, but as you can see, I made a couple quintuple compressed cobblestone blocks. So each one of these cobblestone blocks right here has, well, it doesn't show. Each one of these blocks is made up of almost 60,000 pieces of cobblestone just in one block. So, oh, he's having trouble logging on to the game. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, each one of those blocks is made up of almost 60,000 cobblestone. So that's cool. It's a really easy way to store cobblestone without wasting a lot of space. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab a whole bunch of cobblestone from these quarries, and we'll just compress the hell out of them. Save a lot of space, and you can also uncompress them very easily. So, okay, so there's that. Now, over here we have my assembly table, which it's actually pretty small because I've only got 9 lasers. So it doesn't move very fast, but that's fine. This is all I need. I don't need anything super crazy. I don't use an assembly table very often. And I think Optifine is kind of messing with these textures, making them flicker like that. But whatever. Oh, and I need to cover that up. Glad I saw that. Okay, so yeah, here's the assembly table. And I had a resonant energy cell here, but I switched it out with this because I wanted the resonant energy cell for my ME system, actually. So I'm going to have to upgrade this to another resonant one here soon. But as of right now, this is fine. A little overkill on the engines for that energy cell, but that's fine. So what you can do here is you can make all kinds of stuff, and I'll get into this a little bit later. I'm not going to get into it right now. I just kind of wanted to show you guys the basic setup here of my auto crafting stuff, and with thermal expansion. It's really simple to do. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. It's just simple to do. It's a lot of fun too. It's a lot of trial and error. You have to kind of see what works and what doesn't work. But I don't know. I find that kind of stuff really interesting. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to make. And like I said, if you guys have questions or anything, just let me know and I'll answer your questions for you. Oh yeah, chunk loader right there. So anyway, yeah, here's the tunnel. I already showed you guys that. I think I've shown you guys pretty much everything about the base and the new stuff in the base. So okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break here, and I'll think about kind of what I want to do for the rest of the episode, you guys. So hang in there, I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, here we are, we're back. I was gonna go ahead and show you guys how to... Oh, possessed dude. Yeah, he'd set up a quarry in the quarry age, and it was just like launching items out. He ran out of space, so he's getting it cleaned up now. But anyway, I was gonna show you guys how to set up a quarry plus in this episode, but the episode's getting kind of long as it is, so I think I'll save that for the next episode. And in this episode, I think I'll just show you guys how to make the potions to make the Magnum torch, because those are incredibly handy. And what they do is, if you don't know what a Magnum torch is, if you set one down, it will all of his crafting tables disappeared. It will prevent mob spawns in a 64 block radius. So that's incredibly handy. I actually have one upstairs. I'll show you guys. Right underneath this podium, I have there's a Magnum torch. So it should prevent mob spawns in a 64 block radius around the base. So that's really cool. So let me show you guys how to do that. It's pretty simple. It's a little expensive, but it's pretty simple. So if we check out the recipe here for Magnum torch, you're gonna need, what is it, 5 chandeliers, 2 logs, and these 2 potions. The chandeliers are easy to make, but they do require a diamond and some gold. But they're super easy to make. This is how you make one. Plus they just look cool. You can use them as decorations too. So yeah, you're gonna need 5 chandeliers, 2 logs, and then you're gonna need some potions. So what I've done is, I've got this nether wart here, and I've got some melons growing. I've got plenty of melons in here, and I've got plenty of nether wart. So what you're gonna do is, let's start fresh. So let's take these bottles out, and let's grab some. Let's go ahead and toss these in the ME system. Do I have any water bottles? Okay. So we'll do 3, 4, 5, 6 of them at a time. And all these are, water bottles are, they're super easy to make. It's just 3 pieces of glass. I think if we just type in bottle, yeah, it'll bring up this glass bottle. So that's how you make a glass bottle. It's just 3 pieces of glass, and it gives you 3 bottles. So it's super easy to make the bottles. And then you're just going to fill them up with water like you would a bucket. I've got 2 infinite water sources here, so we're good there. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to take the water bottles and just put 3 of them. I do 3 at a time because it's more efficient that way. So we'll put that in the brewing stand. And as you can see, it's just regular water, nothing special about it. Now, if we take some of this nether wart, let's take 2 pieces. And we will put a piece of nether wart in here, and a piece of nether wart in here. And as you can see, it starts bubbling up. It's doing its thing. So once this gets done, it'll take a minute. Now what that's going to do is, that's going to turn these into awkward potions, I believe they're called. So let's see here, it'll be done in a second. Boom. Okay, so yeah, awkward potion, no effects, which is good. That's what we're going to need. So we got 6 awkward potions here. Now, for the next step, let's see, because there's 2 different potions we're going to need for this Magnum torch that require 2 different recipes. Okay, so let's start with the potion of regeneration first. So what we're going to need is, okay, we take our awkward potion and we insert a ghast tear into it. So that's easy. Okay, so yeah, he's going to get an ME system set up, which is great. Okay, so let's grab 1 ghast tear and we'll put that one in here. And that will turn it into the, let's see. That will turn it into the potion of regeneration, which is the first tier of the regeneration potion we're going to need for this. So once that gets done, we should have 3 of them after this is all said and done. Okay, so yeah, we got our 3 potions of regeneration. Now we're going to have to like supercharge those to turn them into the potion of regeneration 2s, which is easy. All you need is 1 piece of glowstone. And that will turn those into what we need. Now, for the next potion, we're going to need, it's going to be a little bit different, the potion of healing. We're going to need, we're going to need the awkward potions, which we have. Then we're going to need to make the glycering melons, which I've already got some made. And all that is a piece of melon with gold nuggets wrapped around it, and that'll give you the glycering melon. So if we go ahead and put the glycering melon in there with our awkward potions, it's going to do its thing. Let's see if this one's done. Okay, this one's done. So we have our potion of regeneration 2s, which is exactly what we're going to need for this. So we'll go ahead and take those, See, now we have enough to make, once we're done, once we're all said and done, we're going to have enough potions here to make 3 Magnum torches. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so these potions are done. So what's the next step in this? I think we just have to do the same thing where we just add glowstone to kind of supercharge it. So let's add a piece of glowstone in there. And it's going to do its thing. And then we will have our instant health 2 potions. So we have regeneration 2, and then we're going to have instant health 2. So that's going to be pretty fantastic. So come on now, do your thing. And boom, there we go. So instant health 2. We have 6 of those. Now let's go over to a crafting bench. I have these actually set up to auto craft, but I'm just going to show you the process. Okay, so first let's make our chandeliers. So we're going to need 5 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 chandeliers. We're going to need some wood, which I have plenty of wood. We'll use, let's just, what do we have a lot of? Oak wood. So we put our 2 wooden logs there. Chandeliers surrounding those. And then, is it over here? And over here? No. Oh, okay, yeah, there it is. So yeah, you just take one of the potions, the instant health over here, and the regeneration 2 over here. And then, yeah, you got yourself a Magnum torch. How easy is that? That's really easy to make. And really, really useful. Those Magnum torches are great. So, a little bit expensive, but definitely worth it. But I'm going to go ahead and call it there for this episode, you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode. I'm going to show you guys how to set up a Quarry Plus, which is, it takes a really long time to do, but it's worth it, because it's 4 times the size of a regular quarry, and you can enchant it. So, yeah, stay tuned for that episode, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope maybe some of you guys found it helpful, and I'll talk to you guys later.